SCP-610 is an item within the SCP Foundation that is not a living organism. It is a virus intentionally created to fulfill specific purposes and is classified as Keter, one of the most dangerous categories within the organization. But before we get started, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and turn on notifications to receive our new videos. If you don't know, the three most famous categories are Safe, Euclid, and Keter. The symptoms start with a slight itching of the skin, then develop into a mild rash, and then things get worse. It all starts with numerous reports to the police station in Siberia complaining about many missing people. At first, there was little interest in those missing, but then a police officer was missing too. When they sent someone to the village to investigate, they lost contact with him, and he never returned. Shortly after, all the hospitals were filled with people who had developed skin rashes. A few of them were scratching their bodies in a strange and ugly way, and some people had strange things appear on their hands and feet, all in just one day. The number of cases that came to the hospital at once overwhelmed the doctors. Do you know what could cause these symptoms without any logical explanation? What is happening to their skin, or what is happening to them? Exactly 2.5 hours later, in cases that start to evolve into very gruesome scenes. Patients begin to undergo a transformation, where their skin changes into a different substance and their entire body takes on a terrifying shape. People start to notice unusual changes in their veins and tissues as if they are not human. Eventually, they realize that this is a highly dangerous virus and epidemic that spreads through physical contact. Anyone who becomes infected and then touches another person will also spread the infection, which can occur within hours of exposure. When the vital functions in the human body stop for a few minutes, the body may start working again, but not as before. Additional masses of tissue begin to grow in the body, and the person's entire appearance changes. Each case is unique, as some individuals may have something that appears on the back of their head resembling a small additional head, while others may have extra hands. But they also have small hands and objects that are unrecognizable, as if they are working like zombies in movies. This is even more grotesque than a zombie. And in cases where things begin to spread like tree roots, as I mentioned earlier, this is caused by a virus known as SCP-610. When some people get infected with the virus, many people lose their sight completely due to a virus present only in Russia. One day, the organization discovered that the virus was present in a specific house where people had been infected. So, they dispatched a robot equipped with a camera to the location to observe the situation, and they found that there was a household with multiple individuals infected by the virus. Their appearance was very strange and hideous. The infected people had the strangest shape. They all turned around and started eating from the parts that were coming out of him. They were literally eating him. Some eat their hands, and some eat the ends of their legs until their entire body is devoured. The camera captured a horrifying scene for someone infected with the virus. One of them was a girl with a strange body covered in thorns and other protrusions, but her face remained unaffected. After discovering multiple locations infected with the virus and numerous infected individuals, the organization began to secure these areas by surrounding them with fences and concrete walls, completely preventing anyone from approaching. They also informed all the people that these areas are considered military zones. No one is allowed to approach them. When someone touches anything infected with the virus, they also become infected. Anyone attempting to approach these areas will be warned once or twice before being shot immediately. Since these are military zones, individuals will have no freedom of movement, as this has been clearly communicated in advance. The only way to dispose of infected individuals is through incineration. However, some infected individuals evade capture and are confined to specific locations under strict supervision. The infection is extremely dangerous and is considered one of the most terrifying viruses within the SCP Foundation. They are being extremely cautious and are preparing for a potential pandemic. If an infected mouse or dog were to escape and spread the infection to the general population, it would result in severe contagion. For the organization, this virus is one of the most concerning they contain. After conducting tests, it was discovered that the virus was intentionally manufactured. Who do you think could have created something like this, and what could be its main purpose? Please share your thoughts in the comments below.